Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Coach Ernie is going to be talking about butterfly trades, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description to find Coach Ernie's Skool Community. Enjoy guys.
One of the things that I've been trying to wrap my mind around with the butterfly trades isn't so much about executing the trade for open. It's the close. That's the part that in doing the trading that I've done up to this particular point has basically been either calls, puts, single contracts, multiple contracts. Selling it, you're basically selling one contract. So I've tried a couple of butterflies where it seemed to be difficult to get it closed. And finally, what I ended up having to do was basically just close each individual one. Fortunately, it was just a small profit, but the point is just that
Oh, never do that. There is a much
no,
easier.
I get it. It wasn't, I saw something posted that somebody had a problem and it was reset. You were just trying to quit the computers. You were trying to reboot everything and so get out of it and see if you get it straightened out. So that's why I posted out there and say I was trying to really understand time decay, which that I get, but it was more about when it comes to the butterfly is that you're really not going to see the profit expectations is going to come more in the mid to afternoon sessions where you're looking for the higher profits. But more important is when you go to close, and particularly, again, this is using think or swim, it's more about setting a limit price or really just the actual execution of the close order to get it to execute. Because now I've been using predominantly trading on the NDX, and it can go all over the place when you're looking at market price versus what you're looking for. And it looks like it hits the price every now and then. But again, it's just more of, is it the butterfly that tends to have the volume of buyers, sellers, that all things have to be right? You talked about bring it up to date.
First of all, you have to get an equivalent trade. It has to be pretty wide. So like a 30 wide SPX should imply a 100 wide, 125 wide NDX. So that's the first thing. So if you're sitting there trying to put on 50 wide NDXs, you're just barking up the wrong tree. It's like trying to put on a five. It's like trying to put on a 5 or a 10 wide SPX, which are really tough.
Okay.
And so that's the first thing. The second is that the liquidity is much lower, the volume is much lower. So you're not always going to be able to get what you want. And you have to make sure that when you put a limit price out there to get in or out of the trade, that the only thing that will really be accepted regularly are prices that are in quarter increments. So it's either at $1, 125, 150, 175, right? It has to be one of those. Always have to be quarter increments. If you don't do that, then you might get in a trade, but you might not get out trying to get 10 cents, 30 cents, or 60 cents or something like that. And you go look at the chain and look at the pricing on that. You'll see that it's even on the
rarely do you hit I'll call it the whole number, if you will. But it typically looking at where the volumes are, they're typically around, they may be like 21,800 or something along that lines but then you've got your 10 point increments up or down where your volume tends to spread out. So there's usually pockets of volume, which is generally where I've tried to trade contracts more around where I see more volume in the activity than those where you might see one or two contracts that have been executed, if at all, some days.
Yeah, that's true. So not only the price that you choose, but also the strikes that you choose.
Spread. So is it about 3 times the width of what, let's say, for example, today?
About 3.5 times. Yeah.
Okay. Because that would explain why maybe I've had difficulty with those couples. Was I was using more the spread for the SPX as opposed to a broader spread on the
and the spread's going to be wider because of the much larger size. And so some people think, man, I could take $11 profit right here, but it won't take my trade. Even if I go down like 1170, 1180 or 1190 or 1175, but like 25 cents odds, I won't do it. No, you got to try $10, not 1075. You got to go down a whole dollar and then see if it will, and then it will probably fill just like that. I get this question all the time in the Discord. I couldn't fill my trade. Or no, it's not I couldn't fill my trade. My trade wouldn't fill, as if it was not their problem. They were saying it's the market wouldn't fill my trade. No, the market will fill your trade. You just have to give it something it will accept.
Right.
And the problem is that you have to accept it too. You might be sitting there thinking, man, I've got $12 here. I don't want to give it $10 and give up $2. If you don't do that, and you're still unwilling to give it up, you're not going to get the trade, right? That's what it comes down to. So you have to find the point where the market's willing to accept it.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button below. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, remember to check out the link in the description for Ernie's Skool Community.